Okay, she's being accused of being a serial homewrecker, and this is based off of this new romance, allegedly, with her Wicked co-star Ethan Slater. So as we know, Ariana and Dalton were married for 2 years. I mean, they probably legally are still married. They're probably going to divorce still. So I'll say like they've been married for the past 2 years.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they are legally still married.
Yeah.
And I think they people are speculating at least that they kind of split in January.
Oh, January.
Well, I mean, you know how people are. People are like, that is when the rumors kind of started. That's when it seemed like they weren't spending time together anymore. So I think from a timeline perspective, people think January, February timeframe is when they started to like split.
Drift.
Now that is not confirmed. So more information could come out about this.
And our pal Ethan, he is also married with a kid, a 1-year-old kid.
Yeah.
And they are rumored to be together. And it's really sad because it's one of those things where it's like, I know you love Ari so much. And it's like when you put these celebrities on such a high pedestal, you almost like don't want to believe the rumors. Like people are digging up Ariana's entire romantic past. I mean, there are so many TikToks all over, people talking on Reddit, basically saying like there is a pattern of every relationship that Ariana's been in, she has been part of basically like wrecking a relationship.
Yeah.
And I mean, this is all speculation. So I'll start off with, let's go to, who the hell is Nathan Sykes?
Was that the first one?
It says,
I do remember this. I don't remember what I know him from though.
I don't know either. But basically in 2013, rumors started going around that Mac Miller and his longtime girlfriend Nomi broke up because he cheated on her with Ariana. And then we have in 2016, Naya Rivera revealed in her book that she caught Ariana at Big Sean's house when they were still engaged in 2014. And then in 2019, TMZ reports that Ariana and Big Sean were getting cozy in the studio while he was dating Janine Aiko.
Wait, this is what, in 2019 you said?
Yes.
Okay.
So like 2 different times when Big Sean had 2 different girlfriends and Ariana was caught in the midst of both of their endings.
Actually, the 2019 one is interesting because obviously her and Big Sean had like a serious relationship like back in 2016, but like I didn't know that she was actually spotted with him
again
in 2019. That's not that long ago. It's interesting.
No, 4 years ago.
Okay.
And then then we have, let's fast forward to 2018. We have the Pete Davidson era. He was dating Cassie David, and he said that, Cassie said that she was dumped via text message just one day before she learned he was dating Ariana through Instagram. And then in 2018, there were rumors that Ariana cheated on Mac Miller with Pete while Pete was in a relationship with Cassie. Wait, that's confusing.
Yeah,
in
so
2018, okay.
Basically, it's alleged that when Ariana was with Mac Miller, she cheated with Pete, and then Pete broke up with Cassie via text message, and then obviously Ariana left Mac Miller.
Got it.
Yeah, that is tough. Oh, and then it keeps going, right? 2020, Dalton Gomez's ex-girlfriend Nikki Barton posted a meme on her IG story. Around the same time, him and Ari went public saying, like, when you see your ex with a person they told you not to worry about.
Ugh, I hate that.
Yeah. So
what can you say?
It's tough. It is tough.
It's just
there's
like
a pattern.
There's a pattern.
You know what's tough though? I think about this. I'm sure that someone could like look at my past dating history or your past, like you can find there are patterns, and it's not to make excuses for her at all. Like that is a tough pattern if it's all true, for sure. And it's like people, you just said, put celebrities on pedestals, and it's tough because celebrities are humans and they're just as messed up as the rest. Honestly, no, more messed up than the rest of us are, because they're like, especially people like the Aries of the world, the Justin Biebers of the world, the Selena Gomez, like they were raised in fame. They were just raised in a different way where like I don't know if it has something to do with thinking like anything you want, you can get. Like, I see it, I like it, I want it, I got it. Like, anything you want, you can get. You're young, you're rich, you're like beautiful. The world is your oysters. There's no repercussions. You can get whatever you want. You can do whatever you want. And I think that can fuel someone's behavior. And again, it's not to make excuses, because it is on you as you grow up to take responsibility for your actions. And I think that's very important. Now, in terms of like the details about this relationship, I don't really know, because the only one I can speak to of hers is Mac Miller's, which I know there was a lot of like substance abuse and a lot of other issues. She strikes me as someone, and this is again, like I don't know her personally. It's all alleged, and I'm not trying to judge her, but she strikes me as someone who is a serial relationship person, a serial dater. When she is ready to leave a relationship, she doesn't know how to end stuff with someone. Like, hey, you're doing things to upset me, so I'm going to leave you, and I'm going to now be on my own and be single. She is like not going to leave one relationship until she finds someone else, because that'll give her the strength to leave.
Or she'll do something bad enough to make them leave her.
Right. Yes, exactly. Like either she's doing something to make them leave her, or she is like waiting to meet someone else before she'll leave the person she's with, because she doesn't want to be alone. I think that's what a lot of this stems from, which again, like doesn't excuse the action, because that is not acceptable. And I think the older you get, a lot of us need to take a look in the mirror and be like, you know what? I have to take accountability for my actions, and I need to stop this pattern. Like, it's important. I do know for her current situation, what has come out about it, and I'm not sure, there might have been some level of cheating on her part with like on Dalton Gomez. There's a lot of like reports and sources that are close saying that her and Dalton, kind of like what we said last week and what we speculated, they were a pandemic couple. They fell in love. They got married during the pandemic. They were home. They were together. And all of a sudden, when life went back to normal, she was out and about again, going back to her old lifestyle. And he thought her lifestyle was somewhat ridiculous. He was like, why do we need security to follow us around? Just, he was a regular guy. So they were already having issues, and those issues started to multiply, and the distance between them grew greater when she went to the UK to start filming Wicked. So then they tried to like, you know, reconnect, and things just weren't the same. So they were like, you know what, this isn't working out. We're different people now. They decided to call it quits. Allegedly, he has also been dating like pretty openly, and she knows that they're dating, or that she knows that he is dating other girls. They're still on good terms. They're on speaking terms. There's no bad blood, but they've just decided the relationship has run its course and it's not working out. Now, again, this hasn't been confirmed from either Ari or Dalton, so I don't know if that's true, but it does, at least on the surface, look like perhaps she didn't cheat on him.
What are your thoughts on Dalton? Like, did you like him? I mean, I feel like we don't know a lot about him.
I don't know. It's like, I don't like anyone. I mean...
For her, or just in general?
I don't know. I mean, I think that at the time I did like him, because she was so used to dating these people like in this public spotlight.
Yeah.
Obviously, the relationship with Mac Miller was, you know, maybe there was cheating. I know there was definitely like addiction, like substance abuse, and there's a lot of layers to it. The relationship with Pete Davidson seemed very like rebound, whirlwind romance, toxic kind of vibes. And after Mac Miller passed away, it didn't seem like that was going to work out. And then she really did take kind of a break from dating after she ended things with Pete's engagement. So when she met...
I forgot that they were engaged. Wow.
Right? Like, he proposed to her and she said yes.
Wow.
And then obviously Mac got into like a car accident, and then he ended up passing away. Her and Pete date for like, or they're engaged for a few more months, and then they kind of call it quits, because I think the weight of the death...
About that. Yeah.
Yeah. Mac Miller passing away, I think, was like a big burden on their relationship, and they didn't survive. It was a very sad, like obviously devastating situation, but she did take a break from dating for a while after she ended things with Pete. I think she realized, I need to grieve Mac Miller, who was her like long-term love. She needed to grieve her end of engagement. So when she got together with Dalton, it felt like she's had time to mature, to spend time alone, to grieve properly. And now she's met someone who's not in the public image. I mean, not in the same way, at least in the public image. Mm-hmm. they had mutual friends. They were getting along really well. He seemed like you genuinely cared about her and like was more down to earth. I sound so ridiculous because I know nothing about these people.
I was asking if you liked him because I saw a TikTok and it said this marriage was never going to work out. And this is an opinion of this person. She said, she was basically saying like, marriages where the woman is the breadwinner almost never work out because the man's ego can't handle it. And then they feel the need to cheat or whatever. Like their ego is too frail to whatever.
Yeah.
And so, but then I was like, I don't think that's what happened here. Cause which from what I'm hearing, he's like one of the best realtors in the country. Like he's a very, very successful whatever realtor, I don't know what you want to call it. Like he's in the real estate business, doing extremely well for himself. I mean,
to be honest,
he doesn't need Ariana.
No, and I think that maybe though, like the level
is he
of like,
nice?
I don't know. I mean, that's the thing. Like we don't know anything about these people. We don't know if Ari's nice. We don't know if he's nice. We don't know if Pete Davidson's nice. We don't know anything. Yeah. But like,
did you get a vibe?
I do think. I mean, it just seemed like she met someone who genuinely like was a little bit more down to earth, really just like loved her and was helping her heal through all the trauma that she'd been through. And I think people were like, I think the fandom felt like Mac Miller was her soulmate.
Yeah.
Pete Davidson was a rebound. And this guy was like the guy that was helping her heal, move on, and was going to be like, you know, the love of her life. And they were going to be together forever. I feel like that's what people thought at the time. It is an interesting point though, because I don't know if we've talked about in the podcast, but there are stats that come out that show that when women are more successful than their husbands, the chances of like infidelity go up by like an astronomical amount. Like the chances of the man cheating on the woman are like much, much higher because of the whole like can't handle the ego power struggle thing. So I think that's interesting. When one person is more famous but the other person's really rich, I don't know how that I don't know how that one works out. I have no idea. Which is why I do think it is tough. We've talked about this a lot, like the Taylor Swifts of the world. Can they ever be happy? Because either you're going to marry another famous person that's an egomaniac and you're competing egos, or like you marry another famous person that's not as famous as you, which is I feel like almost worse, or you marry someone that's not famous and then maybe they're insecure because you're famous. So
you can't win.
I don't really know how you win. Like that's tough. But yeah. So, and I guess like there have been reports that have come out since then. I know it says Ariana Grande's romance with Ethan Slater has devastated his estranged wife, which I know that Celebrity posted. So it's a really sad situation. And I think we don't have the details. We may never know what actually happened except for the people that are in the relationship. It doesn't look great. I also don't know. I think a lot of marriages that we see in Hollywood are over a lot longer than we think that they might be. So I don't know if that's technically cheating. I don't know how that works. But I do know that like it definitely doesn't look great. And I think that if there's anything to take away from it, it's don't put celebrities on a pedestal.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And don't let your spouse go film a Broadway show because then they might leave you.
Because they might leave you in case you're in that situation.
I really just hope this isn't like situational and when she's done filming or whatever, not filming, but whatever, filming for Wicked, she ditches him. And then like, I honestly feel bad more so for Ethan and his wife and his family.
Yeah.
Cause like he just left his wife for.
To be honest though, I mean, that's what's going to happen. Like, it's like, she's a very like swept up in the moment person. It's like, she's going to go back to her life. And I mean, again, I don't know. I can't speak for her. I don't know her, but people just don't change, I guess is the moral of the story.